Hello everyone, this is Tom, the Lone Wolf Prepper. I thought I'd do a video today since I gotta put a bunch of posts in. All these wet spots that have dried up and have steel posts in because you weren't really able to do anything when they were wet. I was putting wood posts in there now. Anyway, I want to do a video on a couple things today. Number one, I want to do a rant on the Democratic Party. So, Kamala had another interview yesterday, or last night, or whatever they released it, MSNBC. And, as usual, she, couldn't even answer softball questions that she had got, days before, I'm sure. But anyway, they're even saying it now. Yeah, well, she's not answering the questions. But you know what? You don't have to know what her policies are. Just remember, you're voting against Donald Trump. Really? You don't even want to know what her policies are anymore? That sounds like Nancy Pelosi and, well, we won't know what's in the bill till after we pass it. Remember Obamacare? I mean, is this what our politicians actually, these Democratic politicians think that's what our country was founded on? We're not allowed to know our principles? Well, we know a couple of them, you dumbass Democrats. She plans within 100 days to try to take our guns away. Oh, but don't worry. We don't need to worry about her policies. Her policies don't matter. You're just voting against Donald Trump. Voting against Make America Great Again. You know what? You Democratic Communist people don't like it here. Go live in China. Okay? I'm sure they're willing to sit there and control more people. The tyrant's never going to turn away people that want to stand up to or go up to him and say, I'll be your servant. I'll worship you like a god. But anyway, now the Democrats even saying that she can't answer a question and we ain't going to know what her policies are. I guess we have to get her as president to find out what her policies are. And I guess if she just wants to turn the whole world into glass, I guess we'll find out what her policies are. I mean, after we went through COVID and everybody played Simon Says and we looked like a bunch of retards. I didn't follow one thing. I went the opposite way to yours. I never wore a mask, ever. I never social distanced. I knew what my constitutional rights were. Okay? But anyway, so what could she possibly do, Democrats, that we don't even need to know her policies? This is who the person they're willing to vote for. Word salad extraordinaire. I mean, that woman giving an interview is very, very hard to watch. Her talking, period, is very hard to watch. Maybe that's why you don't want us to know what her policies are. Because every time she opens her mouth, she loses hundreds of thousands of votes. Okay? And then what do we get? Celebrity endorsements. Oh, that worked out good with Taylor Swift now, didn't it? I'm loving those videos of those women making those two, bleeding those, mixing those two songs together. How they're going to vote for Trump. I think it's funny. I can say it's so easy to use their stupidity against them. But yeah, Taylor Swift understands us. Maybe she did when she was a kid, but that's what before they sat there and flashed that almighty Satanist dollar in front of her face and got her convinced that that was more important. I don't know what it is. But see, people don't care what celebrities think. I mean, how can a celebrity endorse her if they don't know her policies? So what you're trying to tell us, Democrats, is that you're not actually voting for Kamala. You're coming out and actually admitting this. You're not actually voting for Kamala because she's a better candidate. You're voting for Kamala because you're voting against Trump. You know, when are you guys going to stop hating so much? All you do is hate. It blinds you. Okay? Hate for this, hate for that. Try to sow division. But don't worry, Kamala's going to bring us all together. But anyway, I guess it's the first time in American politics where, according to the Democrats, a candidate doesn't have to state their policies or how they're going to do stuff. It's all about voting against the other guy. Crazy. They got to listen to this stuff coming from these so-called college-educated people. Okay? Not that I ain't got a college education, but I didn't go to Stupidville, obviously. I'm almost through here. This ground's kind of packed. Say it's usually underwater. This is why I got to come out and do this stuff. How else are you supposed to wear off your aggression when you got to hear retarded stuff like this? And the nice thing about this job is I have complete job security. Anybody watching this right now is probably saying, there's no way I'd do that. Exactly. That's why this old man's got to do it. Who's going to be born today is going to be doing this when they get older. Anyway, I don't care. I love it. Okay, that's the first one. Okay, Democrats, let's not vote on principle or morals. Let's vote on we hate Donald Trump. Let's vote on hate. Explain to me where hate ever got anybody in a good place. Okay, that's the first thing. Next thing. FBI whistleblower Marcus Allen, I believe his name was yesterday, was on Capitol Hill and was basically saying what I say. You better have a group in your neighborhood. I call it a reactionary group. He said a group of 4 or 5 guys that are willing to come to each other's aid under any circumstances. And that aid means if the FBI or ATF shows up at their house, you go and assist in getting rid of them. But now you got an FBI guy saying it. Okay? You know, everybody can see the writing on the wall. You don't have to tell me something I already know. You know, it's not like I didn't learn how the government worked when I was in the military. Believe me, I learned plenty there. But anyway, now we got FBI agents saying it. You know, out here, it's going to take a lot for them to sneak up on me. But you in those big cities, they can storm up on your house, cruise around the block, have 20 cars in front of your house in no time. You need those 4 or 5 guys. You need more than that. You need a squad. Like you say, it's time to organize. When you got the FBI saying it, of course this guy probably don't have a job today. You know, the first thing they got to do is cover up the truth. And that's the thing why he got reprimanded, was because he was an analyst. And he came up with the truth, a different opinion about what happened on January 6th. And they pulled a security clearance, just messing with the guy and stuff, right? Well, obviously, when you're in that position and you know the lies and the fraud's going on, well, you can't, even though you can convince everybody around him that he's lying, he knows that he's not lying. Just like the people in Springfield, Ohio, know that the pets are disappearing and what's happening to them, no matter what Camel Toes or the rest of the crew have to say. Remember, we don't know her policies. She gets a free pass on everything. What do you think this is going to lead to? Maybe it's going to lead to something where that FBI agent was saying, make sure all the neighbors are on the same page. Okay, like you say, it doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican, they're man or woman, black or white or whatever race. They're coming for all of us. All of us. these retards think they're going to be immune. How do you know you're immune? You don't even know what Kamala Harris's policies are. The reason you got to wire the barbed wire to the post, because this is really hard wood, and the staple won't go in it. I actually like this better anyway. But you don't even know what her policies are. So how do you know you're safe? If she's going to be able to lie through the campaign, how are you going to know when she's telling the truth? You know, the truth is she's going to come take our guns, or try to. I can't wait for that moment. I can't wait for that Lexington Concord moment finally to happen. We start putting sons of bitches back in their place. Say it's not going to be an easy war, but like that FBI agent said, it's coming. It's on C-SPAN if you want to watch it. Okay? But now, you know, real Americans are waking up. He was talking about being an American and the responsibility of being an American and stuff. You know, and he knew his service was over to America. See, there are some good guys out there, but they're weeding them out. Just like the teachers. All the teachers I had, they weeded them out because they didn't follow with the policy and go on with the lie. Look, we were #1 in the world for education when I graduated. Now we're 23rd. And that's by today's standards, okay? We go back to the standards that we were held to. You know, when you still had to take an SAT or ACT to get to college and stuff. Anyway, don't worry. You know, they got this all figured out. Now we don't even know what our policies are. We got the FBI agents saying, hey, you guys might want to prepare because the government is a little crooked. They're telling us to get together as groups. Like I said, I've been saying, get your fire teams together, get your squads together, get your platoons together. Start making your neighborhood feel safe. Okay, it's not just from the hoods no more. The biggest hoods in the neighborhood now are the government. Sad to say, but that's the way it is. And what do you think Kamala's going to do with this oppressive machine she has when she don't have to say what any of her policies or principles are, just as long as you're voting against Donald Trump? Make America great. When are you Democrats going to wake up? Whatever. So this Lone Wolf Prepper out. Everybody have a great day.